All right, welcome to another $2.50 tournament because it really wouldn't be all that smart to play a tournament with a whole lot more investment than that because I still can't quite cash in a in a non-free roll. Hopefully this is the first, but it'll take a while to actually get there, obviously. All right. So I have actually read the Chris Ferguson chapter of Poker Wizards, and oh wow, we start off with 250 big blinds. This one's real deep. So my two takeaways from the book were one, it's natural to be forced to play a different style than you're comfortable with if you play with good players. So try and get comfortable playing different ways. And two, playing suited connectors rarely results in instant gratification via hitting a big hand on the flop. So don't screw around with them too much in early position. So we have another guy who kind of forgot he was sitting here, beating up Dwayne the Rock Johnson and everything. Starting off with 50,000 chips, and the blinds are just so deep. Look at how long it takes to get past the late reg. Look at that. Oh, God. If I'm actually going to make the money here, it's going to, like, I'll be eating dinner around the same time the money bubble breaks. I just did eat lunch, so hopefully I'm okay going forward. Another thing that Ferguson agreed with me on is that bluffing in the early game is just so not worth it. There's no reason to throw your chips around and risk getting into trouble when there's still so much play left, and the size of the pot just isn't really going to be all that big of an addition to your stack. Yeah. Safe to say, when you read the thoughts of Chris Ferguson, it behooves you to agree more often than not. And I was a little leery of what he had to say of suited contenders at first, but then, he started to prove his point a little bit. And yeah, I think I might raise the suited connector from. This is an 8-handed table, so if I'm third to act or later, I might play him. But if I'm first or second to act and I've got like 8-9 of clubs, I think I'll just get rid of it, not even mess around with it. Now, if it's something like Queen Jack suited, that might be just a little bit too strong. Here's 10-8 off, but I'm under the gun. Let's not mess around with it. That'd be very playable from his position right here, aggressor. The cutoff. Ooh, 3-bit. Circle. Ukraine. Renjats. Renhats, Argentina. Little Push, the AFK guy, Russia. Aggressor, Belarus. King of the North, Canada. Fitting. Slimp Root, Russia. Paul Air, Ukraine. So we have two North Americans here. Boy, that was a big hand early. And they both missed the flop, too. I can see why Paul Air made that 3-bet pre-flop, though. And King of the North did what Chris Ferguson suggests to do in that spot, too, is just call with the jacks. You don't want to be, like, tough decisions are pretty much inevitable when you play pocket jacks, but... Oh, thank you. Now I can fold this hand. I have no excuse to play it now. Pocket jacks are tough to play no matter what, but if... Oh, we're already on a new table. And they dealt me the exact same 2 cards in the big blind again. They gave me a big blind 2 hands in a row, and they gave me the same crappy 2 cards in a row. Well, now I actually am kind of supposed to play just for the price, just to see if I flop something. Now. Of course, the flip side of that thinking of, you know, it's super early, no reason to throw your chips around. The flip side of that is, if you do throw your chips around once in a while, that's not going to cost you all that much in the long run. Let's see if there's any more North Americans here. Gilvan, Brazil, South America. S3, Elf, whatever, Poland. Lipsky, Russia. So, nope. Still just me and King of the North. For North America. Well, that's 3x. That's a big difference. The blind schedule is every 15 minutes until level 20, which is the end of late reg. Then they speed it up to 10 minutes per level. 20 levels of late reg. Honestly, I don't think any tournament should have more than 6 or 7 levels of late reg. That's plenty. Even the World Series of Poker main event, even after they introduced the idea of late regging on day 2, that was only 7 levels, and those are the most generous, long-lasting, you know, reasonable small increase levels in the world. I have just enough that it's almost worth it, but I won't. Another thing is, I can't just fold every single hand, because that sends the message that I can be pushed around. And whether that's true or not, you don't want them to think that. Because that just means more difficult decisions for you. So I will certainly play this hand. Oh, yeah, my pose. I got called from a guy in the blind, so it's generally okay to c-bet this. If you get called a little earlier, then c-betting is not advisable. In this case, I happen to have a straight draw and I hit it. I might as well keep going and act like I'm just on the same c-bet train. Really? So now he's going to bet and try and bet me off a chop because he's going to represent a queen. I may as well. No, he didn't have a queen, so we chop it up. The reason I made that call is because it's the most predictable thing he could have done. Is to represent... What the hell are you doing? Is to represent that he had a queen. There's 1,100 in there, and you just risked 49,000 to pick it up. There is absolutely no call for a play like that. There's no hand in the deck where that's a good idea. Ever. If you have aces, you're costing yourself so much potential equity by doing that, because no one's going to call you unless they have kings or maybe queens. Like, honestly, even if I have ace king suited and I see a shove that egregiously large, I would probably fold it. You just, like, the best thing that could possibly happen is you're flipping a coin. And you don't want to flip a coin, this early into a tournament where there's all this play. There's an objectively horrible move. Of course, if you're doing that with a crappy hand, then again, you're risking 49,000 to win 1,100. Like, tell me a context where that's a good idea. You can't. There is none. Any early knockouts? Oh, we do. 3 of them, actually. Roman Death. That's a cool name. And now Gilvan is limping, which Mr. Ferguson was adamant about saying he pretty much never does. Is my favorite hand. Now, he did not say anything about King 10. This guy. Oh my god. Somebody tell this guy how the game of poker actually works. Argentina, our new guy, the cat. Not going to pronounce his name because I'm pretty sure I know where he's going with it. And that would be unacceptable. I kid a lot about being demonetized on YouTube. Of course, I don't have anywhere near the viewership to even get the opportunity to be demonetized. If he raises, I think I'm actually gonna re-raise him with this terrible hand because again, that just seems like a very predictable thing he would do. To just try and pick up some cheap chips. And I've been very quiet so far. So maybe, as long as he doesn't have a great hand, I can just steal it from him. Hey, it worked. Now we go back to folding. I mean, that's one thing. Like, if the move they're making is very predictable, you just know they're going to make a move, chances are it is a move. And they don't really have anything. Of course, it's unhealthy to think that every time. You do want to give them credit sometimes, because, they're going to have a hand sometimes. But when they're more predictable, that's when it's the safest to play back at them. Or in King of the North's case, in that one hand, when you're just chopping, then just call and take out the pot. I hope Gilvan was watching that. 1,400 is a good 3-bet size, not 49,000. Why are 3-betting at this table? Of course, I just participated in it myself, so. Of course, my little 3-bet there would not have made the TV coverage. This hand would. Hmm, interesting. Another ugly couple of cards. I've only been involved in 2 hands so far. Wait, did I? Wait, no, 3 hands, because I called that 3-2 min race. So I lost that one. I chopped one, and then I won that little 3-bet. And that's the first 15 minutes of play for me. But you know what? That's okay sometimes. UTG raise. I was going to play around with this hand, but let's not mess around with the UTG raise. Mr. Ferguson also made sure to mention that you should always be paying some level of attention to what your opponents are doing. Which is why which is a little easier on the internet because of the notes feature. Now for Gilvan, I didn't even have to write that, but next time I see him, I can roll over that note and remind myself, to brace yourself. That's why I wrote that note. Eh. I'll have to reword that note later if we get some decent play time in here. Because not being afraid to hold on to jacks. Like, hypothetically, if I come back in 3 weeks and That's the first time I've seen this guy since then, and I look at the note like, wait, what do I mean? Not willing to hold on to jacks. What I mean when writing that is that he's willing to hold on to just a pair of jacks, even though it missed everything on the flop and turn and river. I.e., don't try to bluff him off too often. Sheesh. I mean, I'm glad I'm getting all these terrible cards out of the way in the early rounds. Imagine making a rebuy on level 20 of a poker tournament. This is freaking ridiculous. Again, I still stand by my notion that rebuys... Again, you can't call them a scam because, like, the idea is presented right in front of you and it's no lie. But I just think it's a bad idea in the first place because you're spending more money to give you less of a chance to win than you would if you just play the same tournament a day later. Chop. Snap call with the one pair, of course, very, very good pair. Very decisive. I like that play. Not sure to 3-bet or call. For somebody else 3-bets, I'm probably just going to fold. I'm getting insanely good odds. And the thing is, the odds are now worse. You know, if I make it like 3,000, one of these guys is going to call, so I'm going to just call and see what happens. And that flop completely missed me, so I'm done. You know, I've always been a not great player, but a competent player. But it never hurts to read a book, or in this case, a chapter, which, you know, is enough because it still gives you plenty of information from one person who's really good at what he does. I think it would be a poor idea to read that whole book in one sitting because it would give you so many different ideas from so many different players and different mindsets. That I think the best way to read that book is to read it chapter by chapter and have your own takeaways from each chapter that hopefully don't conflict each other by the end. Nobody's made a play at the spot, but I really... Maybe I could have tried to win it, but I just don't see any upside to betting. If somebody had, like Circo might have made that min-raise with, like, 2 7s or something, and he might have stuck around the whole way. Who knows? Oh, there's 2 7s. Now, if I bet the turn and river, maybe he folds. But I just didn't feel like doing that. Again, we're really early. There's not a lot of upside in chasing after all these small pots. We're not playing blackjack, so I fold this. That would be kind of a funny concept, though. Blackjack, but all the players are playing against each other. You could raise other players in blackjack and have blinds that keep going up. I feel like that theoretically could work. And instead of a flop in the middle, that would be the dealer per se. The only problem with that is that the total amount of chips in play is not a fixed number. Because somebody would, like, there could be a hand, of course, where the dealer would bust and the whole pot would be split 3 ways. Here's a hand. I'm on the button too. Now, Mr. Ferguson will fold this if he's under the gun. Like, straight up fold it. I don't know if I want to play that tight. There's a raise. I'm going to put in a small 3-bet. Hopefully that keeps it the action between Slim Brute and I. If King of the North comes in, I'm in trouble. All right. And then if he 4-bet me, I could have just folded. That's obviously a good flop for me. So I'll bet it accordingly. Alright, so I got a quick call there. So let's limit any potential losses here. It's a really safe board for me. I'll just call. It looked like a blocker bet. No, it's a total bluff. But hey, nice win. Raising there is a terrible idea. You're never going to get called by a worse hand. So yeah. I'm really happy with the way I played that hand. Maybe that book is helping me. Of course, it's really early. Really, really early. But I'm happy with the way I played that. I remember money is not something anyone should be thinking about right now because we're not even past the late reg. Only when you're past the late reg can money even be entering your mind. For us getting past the late reg would be quite an accomplishment in itself because look how much time we still have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play a whole lot more pots that well or better if I want to get that far. I can't even remember which Christmas I got that book or who got it for me. I think it was my mother. Might have been my mother, might have been my father, might have been my stepfather. Fold. Follow that advice. That wasn't even a suited connector. That was an unsuited connector. And I'm in second position, so fold. Even if it were suited, fold. Now, Mr. Ferguson did say that on rare occasions, like once out of every 100 times, he will open up with a suited connector early position. Just to mix it up a little bit, but people should know that he very rarely does that. Of course, you should never, ever, ever, and I did not need Mr. Ferguson to tell me this, But you should never expect to go into a tournament and have everything be super formulaic. Because it never will be. Everything is a reaction to the environment around you. The cards and the players. Min raise. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'd fold that too. That 5 changed absolutely nothing. Any straight that 5 made was already a straight. So he was planning something from the flop on. He got Aku. I'll say it out loud, I'm sorry. to bet into him. And apparently that was good enough for him. Does not sound good to say that out loud, but, you know. I mean, I have seen the F-bomb actually just straight up being used with no disguise whatsoever on this website, so it could be worse. Now, I am going to press the sit out button at some point here because of bathroom. I don't think that a 5-minute break will be enough to get it all out of my system. Oh, I forgot about him. See, that's why I make these notes. Because he thinks that raising 48,000 to try and win a couple thousand in the middle is a good idea. And it never is. See, you see the way I've played, and I've only played like 4 hands. I've won 2 of them, and I'm doing better than he is. So many crappy cards. But again, I can't just let that be an excuse to not play. However, I'm considering making a light raise here. Same way I did before. I'll do it, sure. It worked last time. Not this time. I'll just give up. Fake tank a bit. There we go. Right, I'm not 3-betting this guy. Interesting. I'll just call. And I completely missed. So, we fold. If he had a hand like jacks or queens, then that flop is no threat to him whatsoever, and he's never going to fold. I'm in later position here, so suited 5-4 is playable. All right. I won't complain. I hate pocket nines. I really, really hate pocket nines. However, if you're presented with a raise, oh, I was gonna three bet with him and then fold if I get four bet, but let's see. UTG plus one raise, UTG plus two re-raise. There's a decent chance somebody out there already has tens or better. Also, I just can't stand playing nines. I really can't. It's 10 again. Oh, maybe I can make it to the break. Go as quickly as I can. I'm still going to pause the recording. That hard of a decision. Boy, that's a very familiar flop. That one nice sized pot that I won already is almost exactly the same flop. What's he thinking about? I don't like how long he took to check that, but I will bet 1,000. Hope he doesn't have like ace five or something. Alright, now I get to act second, so I can bet here, and if he plays along, then I'll check the river. Alright, well that's fine too. I'll show. Fun. I think I'm the first person to show when I've been called. Of course, every pro says never ever show your hand, but frankly, I love to show my cards because I can give them information going one way, and then I can play a different way next time I play. I really enjoy the idea of purposefully sending... Well, I can't really call it misinformation, because obviously if you're showing your cards, then you're showing them accurate information for that one particular hand, but it might not be accurate for the next time you play. My idea is it might make them overthink next time they play if they're paying a little too much attention, you know? These really early levels in a tournament should play a lot like a cash game. Which is why there's a lot of 3-betting and whatnot. Because you can, without spending too much of your total bankroll. I mean, heck, I made a couple of light 3-bets. Got away with one, did not get away with the second one. Am I just going to be dealt 2-3 every time I'm in the big blind? At least this one's suited. Last couple times it was the dirty diaper. This is just the diaper. Which I learned from the 2021 main event. Hello, look at that freaking flop. I don't know why I checked it. Actually, I think I'll check raise. There's so many outs. That's not one, but if I am gonna check raise, I might as well follow it up. Called again. Completely airballed. I hope this works. Well, oh, yeah. Runner, 2 pair, that'll work. Wait, why did he call my bet on the flop then? He had king high. I guess he had the right idea that I was on a draw, but, like, yikes. I was planning on check calling with the 8s, but I guess I can just bet. Nothing too scary out there. Everyone's catching cards on me now. Had the best hand until the river there. Do I 3-bet this? If it was just me and Frank, I'd 3-bet it. But well, let's see if I can connect. Here we go. Donk bet. Check for pot control. Did you hit the river on me again? Probably not. There we go. There we go. A little bit back. Another hand. Alright, Urzorg, Belarus, Frank, Russia, Crawdaddy, US, Mao de Bass, Colombia, Slimper, we already know. Set mine. Set mine. Heck. Where was that flop when I had the 2 8s? That's a good flop for 6s, but we're three ways. Things just aren't going my way right now. Really? Right, I'm going to take that bathroom break now, so that maybe I can stop losing so many hands. Alright, I will pause the recording. Well, that might be annoying if I'll pause the recording here, and I'll be back once I'm finished. Clearly missed a bit, because King of the North is suddenly just about out of here. The blinds are still 250 and 500, though, so I didn't miss too much in terms of overall play. However, poor King of the North is probably looking for a rebuy soon. Ooh. 2s? You re-raised on win with 2s? Oh, wow. Runner straight. And Crawdaddy snap call with the King Jack offsuit. I'm not sure which play was dumber. But one dumb play ended up with a straight, so... Good for you, Crawdaddy, I guess. Moto Boy, Brazil, Slick Train, United States. Welcome. Welcome. A little bit of bowler's remorse. Queen 2 suited in diamonds. I can't remember who it was that called me down with the running King Jack when I was bluffing with the 2-3 of clubs. But I know I'm still at that table, so my post-flop reputation might not be as tight as I want it to be. Ace 8's a little ugly, but I'm not going to fold to a min raise. That I can fold to. Even though it's Crawdaddy and he probably has King Jack again, I don't care. Ace 8 just does not play very well. Yeah, just noting specific instances like that should at least tell you what to expect. Like for this guy, I know that trying to push him around pre-flop is a bad idea. Because he calls kind of light. If he's willing to call for all his chips with King Jack off suit that early in a tournament, then pushing him around pre-flop is not something I should be trying. Him running King Jack again, jeez. Whoa. Trips. Running King Jack. Man. But notice, I am not even close to desperation mode right now. Very bold. I won't re-raise this time, but I have just enough potential to maybe try and flop something here. That's not good enough. 7 works, but A, I don't want it to be a club, and B, if somebody were to happen to have Queen Jack, I'm already basically drawing dead. Ace Queen, I might have stuck around because at least that's a gut shot to the nuts. But when it's a gut shot to a straight that might already be beaten, probably should just fold. Probably should have just folded pre-flop, but I don't know. I got stubborn. I got stubborn that time. Raising light there is just a bad idea when the small blind has so few chips. Oh, but I guess it would have worked. Because, you know, they're going to be willing to go in fairly light with that kind of chip stack. And you want to have a hand that can call. This is a hand that could call an all in there. Still fairly early. I'm going to raise to 1350 if it folds to me. If it doesn't fold to me, I'll readjust, obviously. I think Slip Root's playing really well. $13.50. I'll even write a note for him here. Got calls from the button, so let's make it 3 big lines. Very fast call. Tells me I probably should not bet this. Oh, I forgot who that was, too. Yeah, you got it. I was too busy writing a note there. I blew that one real bad. If you could call that quickly, and the turn card's a 7, clearly I'm not going to bluff him out. So I just gave him a gift. I hope he appreciates it. How's Slimpert doing on the big picture? Oh, 11th. No bluff, no stuff. There's a no stuff guy. I gotta show that to Mom. Under the gun 5-7? No. I don't even know if you can call it a meme because somehow, and I don't know, I really don't know how it didn't turn into a meme, but Tony Romo yelling, "No stuff!" during an NFL broadcast. Holy crap. I missed a huge hand, obviously. I'm excited about all these other things that aren't. This is me not following Mr. Ferguson's advice. I'm just being a dork on the internet instead of actually trying to win this tournament. I mean, I am trying to win this tournament, obviously, but oh, Broccoli. I remember him. Crawdaddy's on his third bullet. That doesn't surprise me, given his play style. Yeah, I'm playing the game. Even a min-raise shouldn't be calling with this hand. Boy, he's loose. What is that? Like a crocodile with Viking horns? What? Yeah, it does not surprise me in the slightest that he's on his third bullet already. He refuses to fold. He'll fold post-flop, but he absolutely, wholeheartedly refuses to fold pre-flop. Does he think he's playing Omaha? Is he multi-tabling right now? Is he playing Omaha on another table? Is that why he's playing like that? Because he might be. Like, there's a lot of multi-tablers on America's Cardroom. I haven't done that yet, mostly because I have not gotten the bankroll or the confidence to do so. Yet. $3x. I would have called him min-raise. Maybe even 2.5x, but not 3x. Of course, I would have made the raise myself if it had folded to me. Trips. And understandable. I see why he raised, and I see why he circle called. Nothing really to comment on there. That was relatively standard and well played by both. Can't really blame him for sticking around with not a good kicker. I'm itching to play, but I still have obviously 63 big blinds. Splint Brute's really good. I'd like to be dealt a few more good cards. I can wait. But I would really love to be able to do what Circuit just did and 3-bet with a real hand. I assume he's got a real hand. Crawdaddy, of course, never folds. He just called the Crawdaddy raise, and now he's going to re-raise all in. What does he have? I'm sure we'll find out, because Crawdaddy's going to snap call him with anything. No snap call? Wow. Okay. That was less than the all-in that he called earlier with the King-Jack offsuit. I do like that name, though. Okay, that was actually impressive. It's 7s. Something. That's a pretty safe flop. They both snap-checked it, too. I'll take that. I mean, I can make a note as long as I want to, but obviously only so much of it actually shows up and you roll over it. I'm not going to write anything more about him. Just a call for 2/3 of your stack. Oh, I see. Full house beats queen high. I guess he just said screw it, I'm giving up, because he had queen high. There was never beating any hand. Velibor from Belarus. I've seen a few Belarusians today. Irzorg is from Belarus. Serko was from Ukraine. And Slimpert, Russia. I have enough to call this min raise. Nice, nice. Throw a little donk bet, see what happens. Check for pot control. Snap call. There we go. I figured that if I called really quickly, that'll keep him honest there, especially with a pretty blank river card like that 8. I was more than prepared to call him down just because that 8 doesn't seem like it would have changed all that much. I think he realized that, so he didn't bother. Yeah, I was calling. So Circo did the right thing there. I have just enough that probably could or should play from the button. I'm not going to, though. The vibes are just a little bit off. Not sure what Slimpert's looking at. Yeah, there's that predictable raise, but I will not play back at him this time. No. I should have played that Jack 8. That's probably one of the top third of the hands I've gotten so far. I think Circo's playing pretty well too. I have no doubt that if these guys think they're ready to play for real money, then they've got to at least be somewhat decent. And Crawdaddy's very loose, but he's not altogether a bad player. Just way too light pre-flop sometimes. And since I'm aware that there actually are people who are actually interested enough in this that they do watch a good chunk, if not all, of my poker videos, I will apologize. I know it's a little bit tilting whenever the sound effects stop playing. Sometimes it is just the game glitching, but other times it is me clicking off the game and the sound effects just don't play. I know that can be a little annoying, so I do apologize for that. Again, I'm a dork on the internet and I'm doing more than one thing here, mostly poker, but sometimes I'll be chatting with my mother, sometimes I'll be updating on Discord. That's a thick bet right there. There's no flush, but there's only one straight, 5-6. No other hand could make a straight. That board looks coordinated, but it's not as coordinated as it looks. I don't see limping ever working at this table, so I'm going to raise this. I was tempted to limp, but that's just not going to happen here. Like, the precedent has been set. Nobody here is limping. If the precedent has been set, you have absolutely no business trying to start a limping game. That's a pretty good flop, all things considered. Quick fold, quick fold. I'll take it. Love that. Love my king 10. Hey, starting stack. Let's go. Ace 10. And this time, I'm going to fold. Mr. Ferguson would. Oh, my dog. I would have been all over that flop. But, like, I'm always a little leery of playing consecutive pots in a row because that's going to change people's perception of the way I play if I play too many hands in a row. Now, granted, that's only 2 hands, but still. Like, my understanding is that if you start playing 2, 3 hands in a row, it's more likely that people are going to play back at you. So I don't want to play unless I got a really strong hand. If I'd known that flop was coming, though, I'm raising there every time. I don't know what happened to Loch Nelsey. We got 244 minutes of late reg. Nice, we'll throw that out there. Okay, I don't know what Loch Nessie's doing. United States, by the way. Oh, my ace of diamonds would have been pretty good on this board. Oh well. My own fault. No, that's just a hand I should fold every time. Under the gun especially. Of course, I will say this: I prefer the way ACR handles like sound effects when you click out, because when you do the same thing on replay poker, when you click back on, it replays every single sound effect that happened while you were away at once, and it just destroys your eardrums. Got a great big blind defending hand here, but if anybody 3-bets, I'm out. Just as a reminder, this is a recording. Nobody is watching this live. And none of these players are in the same house as me. So nobody can hear me when I say that. eh. Throw, let's see, 1,500. Okay, I'll take it. I want to play a weak ace out of position here. I'll leave it up to you, Circo. Yeah, good thing I folded. It's a medium ace. I'm on the button this time, so I do get to act second post flop. Let me think about this one. I'll decline it. Okay, I would have airballed. Of course, that's an unhealthy way of thinking. Let's see a flop. Let's see how good the flop would have been. The only good in thinking that way is reminding yourself of the potential of certain hands. Like how good of a flop could you have hit? But in this case, I would have totally airballed it. Resort clearly likes the board, or at least is acting like it. And sometimes that's all you needed to do. Ooh. How is he playing this? Ooh. I don't know what he did, but that's well done. Play these pair. Play this pair. Folded to me, so okay. Never complain about winning a hand. I'm tempted to limp with this hand, but as I said, the precedent has been set. Nobody here limps. So I don't want to be the first one to do that because I'm going to immediately come off as the fish of the group. Maybe I should have, though. Mr. Ferguson even mentioned the idea of limp re-raising with strong hands, but he strongly advises against that. Well, I would have hit a flush, but oh well. He strongly advises against that because the more likely thing that's going to happen is you're just going to let 4 people into the pot, which makes it really easy to get outdrawn. And besides, if you raise and get re-raised, that re-raise will be more than the raise would have been if you just limped in anyway. So you still would be making more off of your aces than... Man, I could have doubled up on that hand. Another weak ace. Okay, that makes it easy. Tens. Definitely the best hand I've gotten so far. I had ace-king once. About the same. Nope. I'm not messing around with you guys. I'm really not. I'm playing strong hands. And then maybe I won't. Besides the couple of gross mistakes that I've made by not paying attention or by doing something else, I am happy with the way I'm playing here. Kings. Of course, I ran into aces last time I had kings, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. Or 900. Now I hope he does have aces. Hoping for one more bet. Alright, now I'm going to go for the all-in because I don't want to see the river. Yeah, there's a lot of river cards I don't want to see. There we go. There we go. Like, if you happen to have, like, say, 2 queens, it could have hit a jack. If you had two big clubs, you could hit a flush, you know. I'm happy with what I got from that pot. I'm willing to take it. And now we're doing real good. 109 big blinds, above chip average now. I don't recall Chris Ferguson saying anything about post-flop trapping. So I guess I was on my own with that one, and obviously I did a good job. I'll play a 6-4 suited from the button, sure. Especially after showing the trip kings that I played there. That might give you some credit. Ooh. Donk bet from Circo. Okay, he likes something about that board. I'm gonna let him have it. He either has a pair or he has a really good draw and a good chance to just shut me out of the hand if he hits it. Yeah. They call it a donk bet, but I respect donk bets. I really do. They have their purpose. Because, like I mentioned, like it's the predictable plays that you can take a little bit lighter. It would have been predictable for Frank to bet because he was a pre-flop aggressor. When Circle bets, I wasn't expecting that, and I'm kind of forced to acknowledge that he probably has a piece of it. And I had the smallest piece you could possibly have. I just had a pair with no kicker. So straight over straight, but 4 diamonds obviously kept the blood to a minimum. Look at my 7s and 4s. It is playing on OBS, right? It should be. I just wanted to show how silly it is that I got that 7-4 with that exact chip stack. Clearly the robots dealt me those cards on purpose. Jack 8 again. Still kind of early position. I'll let this one go. Well, especially now that it's been raised. Even though Slim Brute does raise light, but, you know, I still respect it. It's a little earlier in the hand. He raises light on the cutoff and the button, but I haven't seen him get 2 out of line from early position yet. Now that's a reasonable all-in. That's okay. Risking 20,700 to hopefully pick up 28,000? Yeah. Oh, Slim Fruit's not fooling around. Yeah, nothing Frank could do about this one. It is what it is. Man, Slim Fruit's playing very well. And now I don't have to worry about him anymore. Yes! He's very good. Okay. Odunto, United States. Alberts, Russia. Cuchilda Fuente, Argentina. Donkfish, Germany. Spillet, Russia. Russell, Russia. Who couldn't see that coming? And this guy from United States. So we got 3 Americans here, and then a bunch of non-Americans up there. Oh, lines went up. I don't really have to play this hand. It looks nice, but I'm going to abide by the chapter I just read and fold this. Especially after that. Still got 229 minutes before late reg ends. So get comfy, y'all. We are not even close to done yet. Where'd no stuff go? Could play, but won't. Okay. Fine by me. More chips to my stack. Same hand, but under the gun, so don't get too predictable. Then again, this is effectively a well, it is 6-handed table now, so probably should have played just from that. There's broccoli from Russia on my direct left with 3 times as many chips as me. Actually, more than 3 times. That's not pleasant. Lestonita from Venezuela. I'm a 3-bet you. Oh. Well, he's taking me lightly, as he should. Let's check. Check. I have the nut, no pair. Yeah. Heck of a call on the flop. I had the right idea. He didn't have much, but he had just enough. I'm just glad I didn't bet the turn of river, because obviously he wasn't going anywhere then. It's a pretty safe board. Problem is, of course, I'm up against all those chips. I want to send a message that I'm not being pushed around. Okay, that's a horrible card. Now, it's kind of costly to send a message that's not going to be heeded. I really should have made that call. Like, sending a message like that really doesn't make a difference when your opponent has that many chips. So that was a mistake on my part. Yeah, I just have to tighten up. Simple as that. I have to tighten up. I spent actually a decent amount of time over the chip average. Not by a lot, but still over the chip average, which is pretty rare for me. I think I've uploaded every non-free roll I've been in so far. The first two, which were less than $1 buy-in. I do have a few plans on recording some very cheap buy-ins as well for stud high-low, because I don't have much experience in stud high-low at all, so obviously I want to play a very small buy-in. I love how Santa Claus's eyebrows are thicker than the Grinch's. Well, I have a hand that I kind of have to play here. Okay, well, at least I got rid of him. I'm glad the short stack folded too, because I probably would have had to call that, and I really would not have liked it. Cool. And now we fold. I wouldn't play Queen 10 under the gun anyway, but especially not with Broccoli having that many chips next to me. Queen 10 is a call from the big blind type hand. Not a raise under the gun type hand. Although that would have been a nice flop for Queen 10. Not the best, but a good one. Okay, a decent flop. King 10. And when I say tighten up, I mean tighten up. And if she, that sounds like a girl name, if she can call immediately after that, then she's got to have something. I'll be out of position too. So as much as I like King 10, that's not a very big raise. But I'm gonna actually let this go. Okay. Would have been an easy fold, but yeah. I just didn't feel good about that. If I didn't smash the flop, then I either have an easy fold like this. See, right there. If the flop had been like that, then I would have had a tough decision against a huge stack. And notice that he's not in for more than one bullet. This is his first bullet, and he's just crushing this table. Oh, he had it. He had it the whole time. Can't blame Lestonita at all for sticking around. I mean, you gotta think that he's just splashing around, but no, not that time he wasn't. I'm gonna go ahead and follow my own advice again here, and fold, as tempting as it is to play 5-4 suited. Because Broccoli is almost certainly going to play as well. And that's the short stack we just raised. I gotta give her some credit here. Or, okay. Maybe I should have played. Ace-5. If it gets raised before me, I'll fold it. If it does fold... Okay, well... Again, short stack, under the gun. That's gotta be something. Stonefish has been very quiet despite that name. Go! Broccoli is not completely unreasonable. So maybe in the hand against me, he had it too. Yeah. Nah, it's not that good of a hand. I still have enough that I don't have to feel like I'm starving myself by folding all these hands. Pack a hand when dealing with this guy, because he's tough, but he's not spewy. Chris Ferguson said that once you start folding some really good hands pre-flop and you get too tight, then you're sending a message to the rest of the table that you might as well just 3-bet him every time because he's always going to fold. So that's one thing you definitely don't want to do, is repeatedly fold the 3-bets. That's a really bad habit to get into. Oh, I made it to the second break. Cool. See you in 5 minutes. I could theoretically take part in this next to Moneymaker promotion. Theoretically. But probably not a good idea with my bankroll. And again, the fact that I have yet to cash in a non-free roll. So 86 bucks is a big commitment for me. I'd like to mess around, but actually, I think Chris Ferguson would tell me that it's okay to mess around, and this might at least help your reputation as being someone who's not going to be pushed around too much. Even with broccoli right there. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll be brave. He's not being altogether reckless. This is not a very strong hand. I will fold to a 3-bet, especially on a full 3-bet like that. I won't. I won't milk this too much. Just a few seconds. Sometimes you just run into a big hand. I mean, I have to assume that was a big hand. I'll fold the ace-7. Nice snow out there. Enjoy the snow while it lasts. It's the first year I've ever had snow, of course. Living in San Diego for my whole life up until recently. There's a strong hand. I'm hoping Trading Waves just folds. Okay. That's not the guy I was hoping to call. But I guess what to expect. I do have a strong hand, though. Because hopefully I connect with the board. If I don't connect with the board, then I may as well just let him have it. Well, you tell me what to do. Oh, he donk bet. I don't know why, but I don't know what he could possibly have, but I got nothing, so I'm out. Whoa. Double whoa. Oh, wow. Broccoli had the up and down straight draw with 2 overs. He was never going anywhere. Russell flopped pair and flush draw. As they say at the World Series of Poker, that's an action flop line, just like in the movies. I think that makes Broccoli number 1 now. Yep, he's number 1. He played that well. I mean, the huge overbet on the turn obviously looks kind of fishy. He figured his opponent had enough to take the bait, and he did. X and nuts from Portugal. Welcome. Wish I could say welcome. I usually do in the replay poker chat. Although I've obviously not been playing that much now that I've got real money on the line here. If I do flame out, which I'm slowly accepting is more and more of a possibility, then of course I'll go back to replay. Well, I'm not calling with 10-4. It does seem like Broccoli is playing, like, hands. And once he enters a pot, he really has not much reason not to just keep running with it. I'll play. Yeah. He's not been splashing around all that much, has he? I got a gut shot now. Why did I bet that? I guess I was a blocker bet more than anything else. That was a bad bet. That was just a bad idea all the way around. I should have just checked. The book did help, but I'm still making mistakes, obviously. It gave me a better baseline than I had before, I'll say that. Like, it's really, really hard to just coach post-flop play in any number of pages because there's just so many situations that can come up. But at the very least, the baseline of what to do pre-flop and, you know, with certain hands, certain positions, certain players. That's pretty much all you need to at least get started and start playing well. The really good players more or less figure it out on their own how to play post-flop. I guess I just haven't done that yet. I'm still making a lot of mistakes. I'm still nowhere near desperation mode, of course. But I'll be there soon if I'm not careful. It's another 2-bullet guy, but I'm rather pleased to see that most of the leaders are on their first bullet. Not entirely sure why I'm pleased to see that, but I just am. Okay, things just got a little easier for me. All right, let's meet our new guys. Chronic, Brazil, Jagmort, Russia, MVV1, Adislav, Russia, IA Hawks, United States. I do kind of question why half of us stick together and half of us get booted to a new table. I think that's just what happens during these during these early phases where there's still late reg going on. Queen under the gun. I don't love it, but I'll play it. It's a very, very bottom of my under the gun raising range. Oh, okay, that makes it so much easier to fold. GG Guchilda. Well, back to starting stack. But I'm really not all that far from the chip average. Just as min raise, I'll see if I... Not bad. Better. Check. That's not great, but... Let's see what happens. And it figures. Probably should have just checked. But I probably would have called a bet that was slightly larger, so... Let's give it a walk. Well, this hand's got a little bit of potential. I'll be last to act at least. Ugh. Nothing. Nothing. And this guy just showed up too, so I have no idea how he plays. But... Here we go. I'm just bleeding chips right now. Like I said, I'm if I'm not careful, I'll be in desperation mode. Hang on. I don't even know what grade to give myself at this point. I'm like... I think I'm around the B- range right now. That was a blocker bet if I've ever seen one. I don't want to play weak ace with a dwindling chip stack. Although Chris Ferguson says, like, you don't want to restrict yourself too much when you're short stacked. Although that's kind of a fold that I would usually make anyway. Weak unsuited ace in early-ish position is just icky. Roman Death is still here. Everybody antes a little bit. Although, the ante, I would say generally, you don't really need to pay attention to the chips that you ante away. It's when you get around to the blinds that things start to matter. The antes matter because if you can raise and take it, that's just a little bit extra you can add to your stack. But if you ante away 100 and you fold, then you're giving up almost nothing. I just gave away 1/417th of my stack. You know, like 0.23% of my stack was lost by folding there. Now we're getting a little short. When the next game I play probably ought to be with faster blinds. That might be my best way of actually making the money because I wouldn't have to wait 5 hours just to have a chance. Wait 5 hours to get past the late reg. You know the number 12, you could just late reg yourself and skip all the waiting. I have too much pride for that, though. Big bet. I guess it didn't really matter because Evgen had less than that anyway. GG raise. I've got queen 3 in the big blind. I mean, there's sending a message that you're not getting pushed around, and then there's just getting dealt these cards. Hand in and hand out. And I can't do anything about that. Again, it's not necessarily bad because it's an easy decision. Just keep folding and folding and folding, but it's nicer to have an easy decision where you have, say, pocket tens, and that flop comes out. You have 3 tens, and you can win a really big pot. I've had one really, really huge hand. The Trip Kings. Which I think I played very well. Why do I feel slightly tired? When I had a slight discount, so I'll play the ace and see if don't even care. Maybe it's just the snow. It's nice and relaxing. Sky is gray. The ground is white. I mean, the lunch that I had was 2.5 hours ago. I shouldn't be having any kind of food coma from that by now. I could have gotten really creative there and turned my hand into a bluff. Now, I would have hit the straight, but it would have been 4 spades. So. Okay, if I gotten real creative there, I would have been looked up immediately. Trip jacks, king jack, yeah. I would have been bombed the heck out of there. Of course, the thing is, I still would have won anyway because of the 10 on the river. That would have been probably the ugliest win of my life. That'll do. Same hand as before. If it folds to me, I'll raise. If somebody else plays, I'll fold it. Okay, what about limping? I haven't seen a lot of limping, so I'm just going to assume that he's trapping. I haven't seen him play a lot of hands either, so... And that raises the number of red flags. I know it's kind of hard to take the words coming out of my mouth seriously when my stack is where it is. Some of the terrible plays that I've made here. They haven't all been terrible though. I've played enough hands well to still at least have some chips here. But if I am going to get anything out of this tournament, I need to turn it around pretty soon. Ooh. Snow intensified out there. It's not snow, it's the wind blowing the snow off of the rooftops and everything. One is I'm just not used to seeing that much white in the sky. Usually it's just see a lot of blue and the yellow orb up there. Back in San Diego at least. I can't even say that there's a lot of green grass to look at. It's usually brown. Well, this time of year it's usually green, but come back in September and it's all brown. I need some cards. Like, come on. They're coming. They're coming. I just gotta believe it. Like, I want to follow Chris Ferguson's advice and, not get too tight just because I'm a little short stacked. But the thing is, I'm not playing tight. I'm just being dealt totally unplayable hands over and over and over again. You saw me. I was willing to play the ace two until Donkfish limped in and raised all kinds of red flags. 3-6? Nope. I've been mostly card dead for pretty much every tournament I've recorded on this website. Maybe I should go back to replay poker and remember what it's like to actually get good cards. I mean, obviously I get good cards here sometimes. I feel like it's fair. I feel like the distribution of cards is actually fair. It just seems like I'm getting a lot of terrible hands though. But I had kings, I had ace king, I had tens once, I had ace queen. I've had big cards. It's just not very fun when they don't come around that often. I also had ace ten a number of times, and I had nines, which I folded because there was a raise and a re-raise in early position. Like King Queen of Hearts once. That was nice. Just thinking back of all the nice hands I've had. I had King 10 a few times. I love King 10. Didn't do much with it, but Suited Ace, that's not half bad, certainly by my standards. I know I'm supposed to raise more often than call, but like I kind of need to connect with something here. I'm gonna try something. Donk bet. I've seen it work. Just not that time. Oh, I actually have an ace. Let's see if it's good enough. No, it's not. Oh, I'm playing so bad. No, I have ace king just in time. I don't normally like to go all in with ace king, but at this point, I have to. I got 20 big blinds, and there's a lot of dead money out there. Okay, that's about as good as I could hope for. We're gonna chop it, aren't we? Give me a 2 on the river. No, I got a full double. Sweet. Can't blame you at all for calling with ace queen. Like, especially the way I've been playing, it looks like I'm just totally spewing chips, right? So finally, I get the break that I needed. I'm really not playing that well. I'll be honest with you. I'm making a lot of mistakes. I'm going to make another one here and just limp in. I have my reasons for it. I'd like to try and set mine. And if I can just have this guy not feel like he has to commit all his chips, that'd be great. Well, I missed. I'm tempted to repop it, but nah. Well, Logan's not going all in. He's pushing the other guy all in. I don't like how sleepy I'm starting to feel. Even after that double up, you think I'd be much more excited. Real Dollar Phil US? I figured. That's a very American sounding name. I would have laughed if it was like something like, I don't know, China or Vietnam. Kazakhstan. One of those places. One of those places. Obviously wouldn't be anywhere in the Middle East because They don't let you they don't let you play poker in the Middle East. Or at least not casinos. I don't know, maybe some of them have loosened up a little bit and recognize the skill in poker. Nice call by Spillet. I got ace jack. That's at least something. I know that the UAE at least offers a little bit of poker for like to cater to the tourists. Not bad. Not really worth playing when there's somebody all in, though. I mean, it's worth playing, but not, you know, betting. I can call that for sure. Better decision here. There's a lot of missed draws out there. This is between me and Donkfish. Not thinking at all about the other hand, because this is the side pot's much bigger. He's either got it king or nothing. Or still playing something. I'm gonna see if I can call him now. He was slow playing a big one. King or like slow played something or nothing. Yeah. Well played. Well played, Donkfish. Gotta give you credit for that. Yeah. Oh, Lock Nelsie is back. And back big time. How many bullets? 2? Only 2. So he's not spent too much money. He's only spent $5. Yeah, just enough to call. My turn to donk bet. Okay. I'll take anything at this point. That really was well played by Donkfish. Because, like, that was a perfect board for him to make that play because there were so many draws that missed. So I had to pay that bet off. It looked so bluffy. I wouldn't normally do this. I'm hoping for a fold around. Oh, God. Cold calling that. I'm in trouble. I gotta give him credit for a pocket pair. Much as I would love to just blast off here. No, when I've made moves like that before, I've been dead wrong. I'd like to stick around with the little bit of firepower I've got left. Well, I got an exact number. Interesting raise. He was the guy who limped in last time, so like he likes to make it very small pre-flop usually. But that's over 3x. What exactly is that? 3.15x. And then he called that big 3-bet. Man, he's tough to read. Hmm. Probably had a hand like ace queen. It's the next blind level, 16. So I'll still have just a tiny bit. Tiny bit of play left. And make it to the next break. I got 10 minutes. Actually, I have things I can do in the next break, too. Beyond just peeing. But I do need to pee. Things I'm sure everybody wants to hear when watching me play poker. Back to being card dead, which hopefully means we're back to ace king against ace queen. Really? I would have flopped a straight. I mean, there would have been more shame in hitting the straight than there is in folding 3-4 off suit under the gun with a short stack, though. 9-3. Oh my god. No, thank you. I don't want to. I don't want to call 3x with 9-3 off suit. See, easy decisions at least, or something. When you're totally card dead like that. Snapped it off. Just an ace. Hmm. I feel like that was worthy of thinking about it a little while longer. Small blind. Other playable. Nope. Nope. Range. Again. But let's do it. So I'll fold to a 3-bet, but I'm in position here. 1-4-1, 1-4-1. I airballed extremely hard again. There we go. For once, the continuation bet actually worked. Been an awfully long time. But I won a hand. I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. Middle position, I could play it. There we go. That's better. If I may state the obvious. Pretty safe flop. I will see bet, just make it look like a normal one. Alright. Yay. It's a pickup. It's something. And what do? We fold suited connectors. In early position. That's what we do now. The instant gratification's probably not going to be there. And we're a little lower on chess. We kind of want instant gratification on the flop. Because, let's be real, I've won a couple pots, but I'm still kind of on the short side. Another straight. I talk about not getting instant gratification, and I would have flopped another straight. Thanks, Chris Ferguson. Chris Ferguson told me not to do that. Looks like I wouldn't have won all that big of a pot anyway. Oh, no. Not much. Yeah. Oh, wow, there really are a lot of levels. I thought the next level would be 1K, 2K. I mean, there's a reason why this is a tournament where they expect 800 entrants, because there's just so much play in it. There's a reason why the prize pool is so big, because yeah, they want to reward really good players, and this is a way to do that. By giving you so much time to work around your stack. Here's a good hand. I'm not going to 3-bet it this time. That was obviously a bad idea. Nice flop. I'm not taking this as I'm not taking that check as a green light here. I'm just trying to seize control of the pot somehow. That 9 didn't change anything. If he had a straight already, then that 9 doesn't really do anything. Okay. Wait, Jack 8 just became a straight, but yeah. Tens. Okay, I'm gonna 3-bet. I was gonna 3-bet, but it's probably not gonna get through both those guys, so I'll just call now. I read that if you call with a big pair, then then you don't necessarily have to fold when the board comes like Queen 4-5, but Ace 4-5. There's a pretty good chance your opponent was raising with Ace something. Well, I was behind. And then I would have caught up, and I would have won a big one. But technically, I made the right fold at that time. All right. See you guys soon. Sort of playable on the button. Let's see what the action is like. Not a sponsored stream, but it's not a stream at all. Cold winter winds are not good for unprotected hands. I'm hoping that the first hand wouldn't be playable, so I could just finish applying this. Alright, well. I'm actually grateful for the random, inexplicable stalling this time. $30 big blinds. That would be connection issues. All right, you limp, I'll limp. Okay. Gut shot. Rainbow. They'll give me a free shot to hit it, I'll take it. Well, I hit a thing. I didn't hit it, but Nate. Ooh. No. No. Don't let the fact that you hit a card fool you into thinking that it's okay to bet that it's okay to call off that much. Nines. I hate nines so much. It's part of my hand that I... If he calls, I'm actually going to call and set mine, because I could win a really big pot that way. Actually, it's worth considering. It's worth considering here. 7,800, leaving me with 35K left if I can hit a set here. That's still a really big pot. I'm gonna do it. No set, but that's not bad. Going for it. I hope he's got 2 overcards. No snap call. I think he's just got... Yes! Yes! I won with 9s! I won with 9s. And that was a big pot, too. Oh, ace-queen. Big pot by my standards, anyway. Ooh, I actually hit it that time. Ooh, worst card in the deck. King and a heart. Thank you. I'll be happy to check this down. Ah, yeah, he had a hand that's good for checking. How about that? 2 hands, and look where I'm at now. Ace-10. That's also playable. Okay, now I have an excuse not to play it. Under the gun raise by a relatively short stack, and a call from another shorter stack. Yeah, I can fold this. Like I said, you just gotta convince yourself the cards are coming, because guess what? They really might be. Wow. Yeah, tough spot there for the king-queen, for sure. One thing I will say for the people of ACR is, as long as you're not playing a free roll, they won't give up too easily. Like, they actually do, even when they lose a crap ton of chips, they usually do at least stay there and put some effort into trying to make a comeback. So I expect Dongfish to do the same here. Now, if they lose a really big pot in a free roll, they just say screw it and they sign off and try something else. But, you know, what can I say? When you pay real money to play a poker tournament, you know, your instincts are turned on. Now, Dongfish has to have a hand if he's going to play this, because they're both pretty much priced in. It's not much of a hand, but I guess I understand. Yo. That changed the leader in the hand. Oh, that works. You're right back in it, Dongfish. $21 big blinds. I could defend my blind with this. I don't think I want to, though. I'll wait for a better spot. Queen 4. That's not a better spot. But guess what? I don't need it to be the better spot, because I got chips now. Read what my mother sent to me. All right. Yeah, my mother's actually coming over, and apparently is about to leave her area, so she'll be over, and hopefully I'm not knocked out by then. And if I am knocked out by then, you know, mother-son time. Yay. Life's good either way. Still got 146 minutes to get past the late reg, though. I really do need to pick a different, like a quicker game. That would be more of a natural transition from my replay Poku. Whoa, that's pretty big. Not the most egregiously large overraise, but that was an overraise. Apparently he's happy with that for now. He's sitting out. Or not. Loch Nelsey is on the leaderboard. Occupy Mars. I like that name too. Now the question is he Occupy Mars? Is he just looking forward to humans being on Mars, or is he protesting the candy company? Probably the former. I'm looking forward to humans going to Mars. Might even happen before I die. And that'll be fun. Born way too late for, well, at least the first moon landings. I mean, the next moon landings are coming up soon, I'm sure. But maybe I'll live long enough to see the first Mars landing. Maybe. If we haven't, you know, destroyed our own species by then. Or I'm actually more excited about just the robots orbiting all the other planets and making all the geologic discoveries on them. Snap all in. Repping a 7 hard there. And he's automatically... He has the automatic no-show button active on the options. I love how I just win those two hands and I feel like I have all the time in the world now. I'm still under the average. But I'm not short-stacked. There's a difference between being under average and short-stacked. 43 big blinds is okay. That was a quick hand. I don't want to play this one either. As Umberto Brennan says, the shark is not hungry. I'll have to find my own branding. My own props. Nah, I won't. I mean, What kind of prop could a guy named Number 12 bring to the table exactly? Like, my mascot is a number that doesn't exist. That doesn't leave me with a lot of options. Of course, on Twitch, I'm Vegeta Fan 3. Make all kinds of references to the Saiyans and whatnot. Scary board. Everyone loves a chop pot. Now the next level is going to be, yeah, that. And what I say is, as long as you have at least 20 of the next blind level, you're still doing okay. I got plenty more than that. I mean, think where I was when I went all in with the Ace King, okay? I was way down there, like, what was it, 24,000? I was very fortunate that somebody had the Ace Queen to call me with. Uh-oh. Where'd the humans go? Okay. Here. Just for fun. I remember Redav from Russia. T-Pack top first, don't know who that is, but he's from Russia. And Mech Tatel, also Russia. You just showed up and you're raising me already, but, you know, oh well. I'll play. We are short-handed after all. Ooh! Dunk bet. No fold cash, Russia. Everyone except me, Real Dollarphil, and Loch Nessie are from Russia. 3 Americans and 5 Russians. Creeping ever closer to the chip average. I was thinking of check raising. I probably should have done that. Nope, early position. We say no to pseudo connectors now. Well, small pseudo connectors anyway. Saying like Queen Jack suited. I'm not that tight. I will play that. Naked with socks. Okay. Now, you know that has to be serious between 2 short stacks. Nope. I said nope. I clicked out of the window that time instead of the fold button. Actually, kind of a reasonable open shove. It looks excessive, but it's not really. Oh, Queen Jack. There you go. Real LFL just happens to have a hand more than worthy to call. And it holds. And I move. Alright. IA Hawks and Noah is United States. Skierji, United States. I would have thought Czech Republic or something. Brennan Lag, Brazil. Jimmy, US. Lil Push, Russia. Royer Reeves, United States. Matthews Nuts, Brazil. Got 135 minutes to go. And that would be a record for me, as sad as that is. Just getting past the late reg has not happened yet. I've been recording for 2 hours and 54 minutes, though. I hope to be recording for much longer than that. It's just the way it is. The biggest prize pools, the best bang for your buck prize pools are gonna be like this, where it just takes so long to even get in the money in the first place. Now, remember, once we do get past the late reg, the blinds go up every 10 minutes, so it does finally speed up once we get that far. That's got to be something, because he's got no fold equity whatsoever. Oh, it's something, all right. Uh-oh. I dodge a 2 or 5 or a 7. That works. And he suddenly got 21 big blinds. I have 5 queen offsuit. I'm not calling it under the gun raise with queen 5 offsuit. Nope. So we have a first play over 500,000, which is significant because that's 10 starting stacks. Average stack is now 2 starting stacks. This is not the kind of hand to play out of position. Interesting. Limp. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's a raise there. That's 3x. I'm still gonna play, though. I don't love it, but I'm still gonna play. Eh, I could have skipped that one. I actually am the biggest stack among the three, as unlikely as that seems. But I'm gonna stay honest here. I just realized the IA Hawks refers to the Iowa Hawkeyes. And the eagle is the closest thing they had to a hawk, so makes sense. I've noticed a lot of the American players like to represent their state or their college or what have you. Ah, interesting. Nice thin value bet. So with the new level, I'm going to have 38.5 big blinds. Well, Matthew pretty much has to decide for his whole tournament now. He's only got one pot size in his stack, and there's 2 cards to go. Apparently, he didn't have to decide for his whole stack. I'm sure he was willing to go with it, but he didn't want to risk the money if he could help it. By the way, real quick, if you go to a poker broadcast and you hear the term SPR, it stands for stack pot ratio. Just FYI. Oh, these are soft blinds. They really do want to determine make sure that a genuinely good player wins. There is no commentary available, or I, uh, I should say no live stream available. So as funny as it would be to commentate over a final table that I made, I do not have that option with this one. But this is definitely the, I guess you could say, most prestigious tournament that I've played so far. Well, the dream. There was that. But, like, first of all, I blew that in a terrible way. And second of all, my odds of making that final table were just so astronomically large that that really never entered my mind. I especially like the fact that the antes right now are just 200, so I'm going to keep getting anteed out in a nice round number until I start playing some pots. So we'll come back from Jimmy. Once again, I'm wondering where all the good cards went, but I know that they're giving me some. I just got to be patient. They are willing to give me good cards, clearly. The one thing about the notes feature is I have no idea how many notes the other players are making on me. And funny enough, Chris Ferguson was one of the very, very big names in poker when that book came out. Because like all of the accomplishments that they listed were good as of 2008. But I looked him up on Hendon Mob, and after 2011, he just kind of quit for 5 years. Most likely because that was when the United States banned online poker for real money. But it's been gradually turning back on with various regulations since then, obviously, because that's what I'm playing right now. Um, and ever since 2011, the only thing he's ever done is play World Series of Poker events. But it worked out nicely because he won the MVP in, I think, 2017. So he's still got it. But I think he's just doing other things with his time now. Also, he played a lot of online poker during the plague year of 2020, but for some reason he has no results from the 2021 or 22 World Series of Poker. Not judging, but just pointing that out. Through an awkward hand here. Not sure. I assume it'll be raised before me. Not sure if I want to 3-bet or just call and set mine. I feel like I'm due to hit a set. Of course, that's a bad way of thinking because you have the same chance of flopping a set on this hand as you do any other hand when you're dealt a pocket pair. Or it could just not be raised to me, and I'll just make a regular raise. The only reason I'm c-betting is because the only call I got was out of the big blind. He could have anything. Well, now it behooves me to check. 3 didn't really do anything, so if he had anything marginal, he's not going to fold to a bet on a 3. Not a terrible card for me. I'll check it. Don't know if I want to risk that much in my stack with just 8s. I don't know how often he's bluffing there. I feel like he's bluffing a decent amount of time, but I just don't want to call and be wrong there. Again, it's blind versus blind, so I have no idea what to put him on. The fact that he called my bet on the flop tells me he could easily have had a 10 in there, which, of course, would be destroying me. 10 or ace beats me. Still not in desperation mode yet, but that was a little painful. Whoa. They both love that card, apparently. They're like flush versus trips. I don't know who's got what. He's got trips, he's got flush. And the trips work, because it became a full house. See, again, my poker instincts are not that terrible. I said it was trips versus flush, and it was trips versus flush. Just I have no results yet. Wait, there's a guy just named OK. Okay. Broccoli is still way up there. Good play. But there's a real short stack over there, and I don't want to be forced to call with ace-2. Well, for just a little bit of a better spot than that. And he just min-raised with that short stack, so he's got to have something. Again, if I knew that flop was coming, I sure would have played. Doesn't even matter what they had. I have a ton of outs. Even if one of them happens to have trip kings, which I seriously doubt given the pre-flop action. Well, I would have bricked out, obviously. Hmm. Right, Lag did that play with just the Jack 8, huh? Just leaving that little note there, because I don't necessarily have to respect his raises when he's short-stacked. Common sense would say that the only reason why he would ever raise the minimum with that short of a stack is because he wanted to try and sucker the other two in and play a bigger pot that way. Oops. Boy, Jimmy suddenly got heaps. DVZ7, United States. Sometimes I say Z, sometimes I say Z. I'm inconsistent, which is probably the #1 way to tilt people. Like, I'm well aware that this is another case where it's the Americans who are the weird ones. I feel like it's most of the other countries that say Z. Like, like, any chance I get on any mobile device or computer that wants to tell me what the weather is, I'll convert it to Celsius, because that's just what most of the world uses. And it's becoming the lingua franca for those of us who actually want to have a career in the sciences. In my case, it'd be geology. When we talk about melting points, solidus, you know, depth of, depths or temperatures at certain depths, or like temperature of groundwater at a certain depth or something like that, then you would use Celsius. You want to use groundwater flow rate, it would be in, centimeters per second or what have you. It's easier to do lithostatic pressure calculations if we just stick with all the SI units, because that's what the pascals are based on. That's what, of course, we can always convert the pascals into atmospheres when we're done, but this is all like the foundation of all this stuff is in SI units. What a board that is. Ooh, turned his hand into a bluff. But Royer Reeves just had too much to fold. You're not going to get a straight to fold there. Okay, I have more terrible cards. 2.6. I'd put it like 2.5 and then go to 3,000. But okay. I assume that after that is 3,000. 7-3. No. You probably didn't expect to have any fold equity, but I'm not calling you with 7-3. Or 6-2 for that matter. Unorthodox raise from Jimmy. I need to start winning some hands. I need to start picking up some hands. That's a hand. We can work with this. This is one I would be willing to play for Brennan lag stack. It's already been raised. No point 3-betting it. Alright, well. Please don't be a jerk. And re-raise. Thinking about it, though. Actually, I'm just second-guessing. Wait a minute here. I'm up against all these guys. That's a big commitment to my stack. But if I happen to smash this flop, that's a massive pot I'm going to win. If I miss, I can just fold and think about going all in. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope if you're just going to snatch it away from me later. Well, I'm not even going to get a chance to see that rubber card. You didn't have anything! Why would you bet? You had nothing! I'm with you, Breuer. There was literally no side pot. He couldn't win any of that pot unless he had a better hand than Brennan lag. That was totally self-destructive. Ooh, I got a hand here. Okay, one more, and then we can go all in. Oh my god. Fine. Just flush that 4,800 down the tubes. 108 minutes to go. I'm not going to make it. That's good enough. Bad feeling though. Oh, what the heck? Of course. It's a terrible overreach, and he gets away with it. Queen 10, really? Queen 10. Queen 10. Did I play perfect? No. I don't re-raise all in when there's already a guy all in with Queen 10. Oh, hey, my mother just got here. What amazing timing. All right, well, that's it for now. I'll have to pick out a different game to play, obviously, and hopefully one that won't take ages just to start thinking about the money. Well, still haven't gotten past the late reg. We got to fix that. Hopefully next time. Bye-bye.